So here we have coffee filter flowers and egg carton lanterns.
Only if you're open and flexible enough to switch from cookie cutter crafts to creative crafts.
How boring can you get? To make coffee filter flowers, we can use coffee filters and or we can use cupcake holders. So you could use one or the other, or you can use both. Now, what I would do is I would first have them decorate. So if you want to decorate the coffee filters, one way is to color this completely, and then you spritz it with a little spray bottle, and then it gets like a tie-dye effect like this. You can use that. Another way is to use liquid watercolors. This is a different effect, but you could do that with both. And if you want to do it with the liquid watercolors on the cupcake holders, you can do the same thing. And it absorbs well. You can make as many as you want, or you could just color them. You don't have to spritz them at all. Once it's all colored in, and this was, I did this just for demonstration purposes. A lot of times the children like to create really beautiful patterns, which they don't really need to for this. You must use either a plate or a paper or a paper towel underneath, and then you take this spritzer of water and you get the water all over, and it kind of creates like a tie-dye effect, okay? That would be one. If you're doing it on top of, sometimes we do it on top of a paper, and then they have the paper to use afterwards. If you're going to do, another way to do it is using liquid watercolors, and then you just dab the liquid watercolors all over. Here's your water if you want to use a different color, and then you will use these, one of these or both of these coffee filters. Once those are dry, if you're using these and if you have some of these colored, then I would give them a piece of tag board that they can create on top of glue sticks, and then you give them all sorts of things that are suggestive of flowers. You can add some of these paper fasteners. Sometimes the children want to add things on top of the bigger ones. You can have sequins, toothpicks, markers, yarn, and then these are suggestive of stems, but I just put these things out because sometimes they'll see them and they'll think they have their own idea. Green yarn, this is kind of tape for flower arranging, but it doesn't really have to be exactly these. It could just be anything you have around, and they just create the flowers on here, and they can add, of course, with markers or with paint if you want to make beautiful flowers. So using the coffee filters and actually cupcake holders, this child, this was a 9-year-old, just found some scrapbook paper and decided, first she cut it out, it was pasted onto a tag board, she cut it out, and then she decided she was going to use this scrapbook paper to make this flower. And here is an 8-year-old. He colored it and also decided he wanted to use a scrapbook paper and cut out a stem. I've done these a lot in the past, so I'm just going to show you some other ways that children have made flower gardens using either coffee filters or cupcake holders. This one actually had a paper fastener put in it, so this part can move. Here are some other samples of preschoolers creating flowers and flower gardens using the assortment of materials that I have given them, or other teachers even have given them: cupcake holders, yarn, etc., etc., and so forth. Here is the second idea: cookie cutter lantern crafts. So if you notice in the other egg carton lanterns, there's just a couple of these egg cartons kind of attached together with some tassels or pom-poms. What I would do if I wanted to do this activity, was what I would cut these in half, probably, or you can use whole ones, and then I would have the children decorate them. Now, a couple of things about decorating them. First of all, if you're going to use markers, you need Sharpies or any kind of alcohol ink markers, as opposed to these washable markers, because washable markers come right off of these, while alcohol ink markers, which are Sharpies, and regular alcohol ink markers do not. You also have the option of using regular glue or a glue stick. A glue stick I would use only for paper pieces. You could also put glue in a container and then brush it on. I would give them any kind of stickers. These are what I have, stickers. You can give them pipe cleaners, because you could stick these in, but I would probably also cut them up. I have toothpicks also, because they stick in. I have sequins and any kind of gems and beads, and those things you would need to use glue. You can also use peel and stick foam cut into pieces, and then you're going to have the children decorate this, and then you can put them together. So this is really just a similar way, almost the same as doing the lanterns. It's just decorating them. If you use Sharpies, alcohol ink based markers, on these egg cartons, they'll stay. You can use pipe cleaners and gems and stickers and toothpicks, and they can decorate them. And then you can staple these together, or you have another one over here, and then they can hang them, and then you'll have your lanterns, but they're just decorated better.
Does this type of crafting resonate with you? If so, go to the link in the description below, and you can get my free 2-page craft makeover guide, which will teach you how to take appropriate crafts and make them more creative and developmentally appropriate.